Hey, my lovely tribe. Mindy here, and I just wanted to share with you something that I've been going through this week and just learned about. I've been experiencing a lot of frustration in my life, surrounding my work mostly, but frustration was coming to the surface, and blissfully, I shared a lot of that with my coach yesterday, and she helped me through it, and really just expressing it and being able to share it with an open heart and an open ear, and somebody who could hold space for me, was amazing. But another thing that I just completed was the infinite presence method. And I just want to share this with you. I'm going to share a little bit with you today, and I'm just going to keep sharing this with you because it's so potent and so powerful. And it's something that I've used for years, and I'm really just now starting to share more publicly as one of my gifts, offerings to you, whatever it is. But anyways, basically, what you've got to do is recognize when you have a challenge, when you have a really challenging experience, and being able to tune into the emotions that creates, okay? So go back to something that challenged you, whether it was yesterday, today, a year ago, 10 years ago even. You can do this for any amount of time because it's infinite presence, okay? And what happens is that these things, these feelings, these experiences, these emotions that we have repressed over the course of our lives tend to take us out of the present moment. And so if we go back to when we began repressing those emotions, we can clear them forever. And it's amazing, and it's not hard, and it's pretty easy and fun. So today, I recognize, wow, okay, I'm dealing with frustration. So what am I going to do with this frustration? Where do I feel it in my body? That's the second step. You've got to identify and acknowledge the feeling. Then notice where it is in your body. And for me, it was in my belly. But it could be in your knee, in your little finger. It could be in your head. It could be in your chest. Anywhere in your body. Just really trust wherever it is. And don't judge that it's the same place that the trauma happened or whatever. Just go with it. If it's showing up in a particular place, the left hip, the lower back, go with it, okay? So, frustration, oh my gosh, I feel you, I'm here with you, I acknowledge you. I'm actually not gonna ignore you anymore. So that's kind of where you start, is just by acknowledging with your own words. But I really love using the word I acknowledge, because it has power. You know that it's there, but you don't always love to acknowledge that it's there. So acknowledging the presence of this feeling is important. Then identifying the location. I feel you in my stomach, in my gut. And then see if you can tap into the young version of you who first had to repress that feeling. Okay, now if you come up with an older version of you who did that, then ask that version to bring you back to the younger version, the first time that you had to do this. And sit and just see her or him and love her or him and allow yourself to be there with them. You're basically reparenting yourself, okay? Let them know that you love them so very much, okay? And then just talk to them. Just talk to them. Honey, what did you need to repress this feeling of frustration for? And whatever your emotion is, ask them, what did they need to do that for? And sometimes it's safety. Sometimes it's just because they were being ignored. For me, the frustration was that nobody was listening to me or paying attention to me. I was the fourth child. I didn't belong in my family the way a lot of other people belong in their families. Or I didn't feel that way anyways. So say, oh my gosh, honey, that was a lot. That was a lot that you had to go through. Thank you so much for doing this for us, because it helped us survive. So have gratitude that in their child state, they could do something to help them get through. Yeah. And then from this place of being able to be this infinite presence observer, you get to acknowledge it and say, honey, what would it be like if you didn't have to hold on to that anymore? If you didn't have to repress it, which is holding on? What would it be like if you could set that down? And then just let them Let them talk. And for me, it was like, oh my gosh, my little one just said, oh my gosh, I could be free. I could live. I could love. I could be loved. I could be more of me. And I could let other people see me, and I could shine brighter, and I wouldn't have to diminish myself. I wouldn't have to try and fit in. I could just be me. So then acknowledge all that little one is sharing with you. Really receive that and feel it. And what would it be like to live without this feeling? If you didn't have to hold on to it or repress it anymore, what would it be like to be free of it? And then put an I am statement together for it. So with all that beautiful imagery of what it would be like to live without it, then put together an I am statement. So putting all that energy into what would it be like? I am, and my frustration said, it revealed, I am free to be me, all of me. And so now you can really embody that, feel it, sense into it, be it, love it. This is you. This is who you are meant to be. You're not meant to be the repressed frustration and energy that you've been holding on to for so long, because every time that little one had to repress that little bit of frustration just to survive, it dimmed her light. They just go together, and it minimized her brightness or his brightness. And you right now have this energy of this low vibe emotion coming up so that you can heal it and you can convert it. You can transmute it infinitely into the person that you're meant to be. I have a little one here just saying hi. She's peeking around the corner. And so infinite presence method is taking you as this neutral observer, this loving presence in your life. You love yourself so much that you're willing to feel all of your emotions instead of repress them and keep pushing them away. You love yourself infinitely, and you are willing to go back to the present moment where this one emotion came up for you, where at the beginning of your life, somewhere between 0 and 7, you had to start putting a cap on who you were. And that present moment awareness, from this moment to that moment, infinite presence, can allow you to set yourself free like that, okay? And if you can remember that I am statement and the feeling that came up with it, it's not empty. It's not just an I am statement that I am free. It is, oh, I know what that feels like. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That feels so good to let myself be that again. And so this is something that you can really do every day. It's not something that's just a once and done kind of thing. Our emotions are flowing all the time, and they are messengers. They're messengers of who we are meant to be. And so you can do this with feelings of love and gratitude and joy, and you can do this with low vibe emotions of frustration and anger and sorrow and grief and I don't know, all the things, irritation, whatever. You can do it with all of it, okay? But give yourself the space to do it. So let me just kind of recap. The infinite presence method is really acknowledging a challenging situation and what emotion arose because of that. And it might be multiple emotions. You can go through all of them, or you can really just kind of pick out the one that floats to the surface, to the top, okay? Acknowledge that, and then locate it in your body. Feel it in your body, and then ask the part of you, the young version of you who had to push that away for the first time, to come up to the surface. And then really send her love or him love. Let them know that you are there for them, that you really are truly here to listen to them and support them. Because that's what they didn't get in the first place, okay? They didn't get the acceptance, and they didn't get the love and the acknowledgement that they were enough at that moment, okay? So then you learn from her or him, okay? You let this inner child release whatever sorrows they need to, and then you decide, what would it be like if I don't have this anymore? If I didn't have to hold on to this so much or push it down anymore, what would it be like? And then create an I am statement around that. And then embody that, feel that, touch into it every single day, touch into it throughout the day. That's how you can really simply release these negative emotions that are no longer serving you, that are holding you back from your fullness, from your capacity, from your purnamata, right? This is your purna is your fullness. This is a Sanskrit word. I love it. Okay, it's a beautiful mantra. Anyways, tap into that and let me know how it goes. All right, maybe share with me what it feels like to go through that process. If you have any questions that come up along that process, just let me know. And this is about connecting. This is about connecting to who you really are and loving, giving yourself radical self-love, because we deserve it. And if you want this healing, this growth, this transformation of who you're meant to be, this is a really simple way that you can start that transformational process. To tap into connection, because when you are connected with you, honey, you are connected to the universe. And when we all do this, each of us individually, we are shifting consciousness. We are shifting this universe. We are making the change in the world that the world is asking of us right now. That is amazing. And that's this goal, is finding inner happiness and finding our prosperity and all the things that come with freedom and joy and love, abundance. That's it. Okay. So if you guys have questions, leave them in the comments below. If you have comments about what this was like for you to go through it yourself, please feel free to put them in comments or direct message me. I'll be happy to help. Okay. So much love to you tonight on this beautiful night. I love you. Talk to you all soon.